Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reckless Paradise Podcast. I am your host, Dystro, and I'm just gonna cut the bullshit. I'm just gonna go straight right into it. This is another Shoot the Shit episode 23. 23 of these episodes, which is freaking insane. Um, I know that intro was like just a little bit abrupt. I'm so sorry, but I just wanted just dive right on into all this madness that has been going down within the last few weeks. So first and foremost, welcome to September. If you've been living under a rock, sorry. We are already almost halfway through September already, which is freaking insane. Less than 2 months, or well, less than a month away till Halloween, and then also less than 2 months away from my birthday, which is on December 21st this year. I'll be turning 26 this year, so that's a big, huge milestone for me. But some days of September was like it was just kind of hit or miss for some people. Um, but overall, I'm going to be going over what I had done in September and then what had Marissa had been going through in September as well. So let's get right on into that. So let's start with Marissa's month of September so far. Like I said, we are halfway through September right now. But what has been going on with her side of things? Well, she has been on some anxiety medication, and she's been doing it for over a month or for have been on it for a month at this point. She's had some off and on days as well, but one of the side effects is kind of like having weight loss, and it's like she doesn't really want to have that, but I mean, in the exact same, I guess, kind of vein and stuff, it's like it's kind of helping her lose weight in not a bad way, but it's like in a good way. Um, but then also like sometimes like she's been even though she had it the day before, like she'll be waking up like the next morning like super panicky, and it kind of worries me because it's like if she has any more panic attacks like that, and like it just sucks. It sucks, but so she had talked to her doctor about it, her primary doctor, and she was saying that from this moment forward she could like do it in the middle of the night, and so then by the time she wakes up in the morning, the next morning, like it could help her not feel less panicky, which is good. That's a cool little tad bit of information from her. Um, and also in September, she had reconnected with her older sister last month in August, which was actually kind of cool for her to have that connection with her older sister. And it's actually kind of cool that she got to reconnect with her sister. They had just gotten reconnected over, I think, at baby shower or something. I think that's what Marissa had said. Um, but I'm actually kind of glad that she did because, like, for the longest time, she hadn't seen her oldest sister since she was 2, and that was like over 20 years ago. So it's actually kind of cool to have that. I know I keep saying it, but it's like kind of cool to have that reconnection, and I'm glad she got that chance to do it because it's like she could have probably went her whole life without knowing that this older sister was out there, and she probably would have been like, okay, like who the hell are you? Um, so then, uh, me and Marissa both we were super excited for the new Blink album that had come out a few days ago. We had tried to um, listen to the whole thing, but then her tower had went out like during like kind of like the last little bit of the main album. But for those people who do not know, this is Blink 182's final album, One More Time Part 2, and it has 8 new tracks on it, and it has All in My Head and all that stuff. And we were trying to get to that that part, but the internet connection or her tower on her end had cut out, which kind of sucks because we had to kind of wait to finish the rest of the album, which I mean we had, uh, and it's actually a pretty good album so far, and it's actually a pretty cool ending, I guess, to the Blink 182 pilgrimage that we had done last year. Um, there was a lot of hype, lots of hype from myself and Marissa as well, because we were, we've been huge Blink 182 fans for like forever. She had found them during the pandemic. I've known them for like my whole teenage, almost into adult life, which is actually kind of cool to to realize. Um, but yeah, we had just had been nothing but hype and all that stuff, and actually it was a really cool album to end on. Well, what else has been Marissa been up to? Well, she's always been doing a lot of mental health stuff and health issue stuff, but also she's been going to a lot of appointments for her dad, who is currently dealing with small cell lung cancer right now. I can't remember how severe it was. It is very, very severe. Um, but they've been doing a lot of chemo treatments, a lot of radiation stuff. It's just been a very, very tough time for them at this point right now. Um, but just please keep them in your thoughts and prayers at this time, because they're going through a very, very tough time right now. But I mean, overall, um, she's just trying to go with the flow. She's just trying to kind of like, if it comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it doesn't, sort of thing. And she's just been trying to kind of keep her mind at ease, but kind of like trying to keep her wits about her. She's been trying to talk about. She's been talking to me about getting a therapist for her, so like when her dad's day does come, like she has somebody to fall back on to like kind of talk with her about this grieving process that will eventually come. It sucks to say that, but it's like you just never know when your time is up, and it's always good to have a person that's outside of the family to kind of help her grieve and talk through the grieving process. Like I said, um, but yeah, it's actually like it's cool that Marissa was actually helping me with her side of the shoot the shit this month because I did not know like what to actually say, did not know what to write down. But she actually kind of helped me, which I really really appreciate her for that. Because then I have to talk about my stuff, and mine's not very long, but it's gonna be kind of short and sweet to the point, I guess. But we'll get to that in a little bit. So now on to my side of the shoot the shit this month. Well, let's see. Well, it's kind of hard to say, but I'm kind of like going through kind of not a career renaissance, but I'm just going through the motions with my schedule kind of changing and all that stuff. But also I had to get a tooth kind of reshapened and stuff. For those who do not know, I'm part of a dental care program and all that stuff, and it kind of helps with my with extractions and fillings and all that stuff, but does not do root canals in any which way, shape, or form with that. Um, but one of my molars in my bottom right quadrant, they kind of put a silver filling over it, and they had to kind of get the decay out of it because it was starting to decay, which is not good. So they did that, and then they said worst case scenario they would have to extract it, which I did not want to have another extraction, and it's like I want to kind of preserve my teeth as long as possible, and luckily enough, they were able to get rid of that decay and put a silver filling in it, which I'm actually kind of grateful for. So I can just uh, thank myself and the dental students and stuff as well. Um, and it was actually kind of like it's not hard to say that like pulling teeth is like fun, but it's like I'm just like trying to like lay in the dentist chair, and it's kind of uncomfortable because I'm a 6'4" dude, and it's like I'm trying to just try to stay still and all that stuff, and my blood pressure, um, for the first time they took it was like over it was like 178 over 90, which is not good. So they had to give me a couple minutes to kind of like calm down and all that stuff, and it was like eventually it was like 157 over 80, which was better, way better, so that they can do the procedure on me. But it's like, yeah, it's like, do you guys ever get nervous about going to the dentist and all that stuff? Because I do, because it's like, it's been a while. It has been a long time since I had been to the dentist and all that stuff, and it's like, it's so nerve wracking because it's just, I just don't know. It's like, yeah, they're here to help you, but it's like, also, it's like, why are you pulling teeth out of my body? Like, it's like, I just don't understand, but I do thank the people that did work on my silver filling. I do really appreciate it. Um, and it's just another tooth that can help preserve and kind of try to make sure it stays clean and all that stuff too. Um, Another little thing, I guess. One of my coworkers that I had not seen in like years, or well, I guess I guess a year and a half, I guess. She had finally come back to work at my store, which is awesome. Which I hadn't seen her uh, since I think last year, because she had broken her wrist. She had hurt her wrist, and then she was just off. She just didn't want to do anything else at that time. She went to go do a desk sitting job and all that stuff, and then it's like it kind of paid well, but it was just like it was not really her cup of tea. And then she finally went back to doing delivery driver, which I am. Um, and then she kind of like was like, hey, like I'll pick up an extra shift or two, at Millhopper and all that stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, cool. So it's like as soon as I saw her on the schedule, I was like, yes, I get to work with her. So it was actually kind of cool to like reconnect and all that stuff, and it was actually kind of cool. Just to ask her like how things were and all that stuff. She was asking me how my life was and all that stuff, and I'm slowly moving up the ladder a little bit, but it's not like I'm trying to like be like area manager or district manager and stuff. I'm just trying to be me. I'm just trying to go with the flow, and I'm just trying to like go with my mental psyche, like where I want to be, and the food chains. Like I don't want to like be shooting for the stars or anything, but it's like I want to kind of like work my way up brick by brick, like slowly rise to the top, Um, but it's like it's like we all want that in life. We all want to be the very best at our occupation in our job field. But it's like it's like you gotta think about the long term. It's like, do you really want to do this for the long term? It's like yes or no, and then it's like if you want to say no, then you try to find another path. But then if you want to say yes, you gotta like work your ass off and grind to be the best at the top of your field. I feel like I'm the very best at my job for delivery driving, because like I try to like not get the best tips, but I'm trying to get the best tips. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's like I'm also trying to like work myself to be better the next day. So if I had done something wrong the previous day, it's like I try to work on it the next day, and then and try to be better the day after, sort of thing. So it's kind of, I guess, how should I put it? I'm trying to think of like a not an analogy, but kind of like a well, basically what I'm saying is just like just try to be better and put yourself out there and just try to be better yourself. Because if you better yourself, then you're trying to better all the people that are around you. Um, and plus, it's like help comes to those in need. What else? What else? What else? I'm gonna try to go to two shows in well, one in November and then one in December at the end of this year. Because GCW is coming back to Orlando in November for the Nick Gage Invitational number 9 this year. I've always loved going to GCW shows. They are like the best like shows for like the hardcore wrestling fans. Like for like hardcore match style people. Always like have a fun time. I always have a good time when I'm there. I meet new people every time I go. Um, I wish I can go to every single one of those shows, but it's like I can only do so much, and um, so then that's in November, and then in December there's a AEW show called World's End, and or World's End, and I don't know who's going to be on the card that year, or that month, but hopefully you'll be I get to see Brian Danielson and maybe Okada and Kenny Omega for the Continental title, maybe, which that'd be kind of cool. And it's like I always try to make the best out of every situation in those wrestling shows because it's like it's a once in a lifetime thing to go to a wrestling show and it's like you get to experience your favorite wrestlers and you get to like meet them and high five them or like pull out a sign saying like hey like like V trigger in my face or whatever and with GCW shows is like you get to meet your wrestlers and in AEW as well and like get to buy merch and get to have friends with you and you just get to experience it live and there nothing beats watching or seeing your favorite thing live. Because it's like it's like I said, it's just a super awesome experience. Um, but yeah, like it's just September so far. It's kind of it's I don't know how to put it in words. I'm just so flabbergasted. um, September so far, it's a bumpy road for me and Marissa because for Marissa's sake, it's with mental health and health issues and her dad and talking to her biggest sister again, and then trying to deal with her mom and all that stuff. Whereas me, it's like I'm just easygoing. I'm just trying to do what I want to do, and how I do it. It's like all that stuff. And some point in the future, maybe me and Marissa will like kind of like convene and kind of like maybe come back together at some point. Um, but at this time, it's not really most likely. Um, but I'm gonna just keep doing this podcast for you guys, for you people, and for Marissa, because she's gonna be doing her thing. I gotta be doing my thing, and it's like we just have to work together and better ourselves and and all that stuff. But that being said, thank you very very much for watching and or listening to this podcast episode number 23 of Shoot the Shit. Wow, this is crazy. So, with that being said, tonight's song of the night it's from Stained, and it is a very memeable song, and it's been a while. And every time that I always say like, or whenever me and Marissa say like, we haven't done this thing in a while, and we always go, it's been a while, and and stuff, and like we start cracking up. And I wanted to play that or put that song as my song of the night because it's like I had heard it on the radio a few times and all that stuff, and it just felt like just nostalgia coming back to me. So that is tonight's song of the night. Stained, it's been a while, and thank you very much for watching. We also have, I should preface this. We also have a Instagram page, Twitter page, Facebook page, Reddit page, TikTok page, our individual Instagrams, my gaming YouTube channel as well. I post funny content on there. I'm going to be posting very funny stuff after this episode. Um, and also in that link tree is Marissa's GoFundMe page for her dad, Rick Andrews, who's currently, like I said in the episode, he's going through small cell lung cancer right now, and every penny counts. Even if it's $5, it's $5 going towards a great cause for a great person who I got to meet a few months ago for Marissa's birthday. Um, and let's hope that he can. Yeah, let's hope, fingers crossed, he can make it to Christmas this year. I hope so. I'm praying for him. I'm praying for her family. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very, very much for watching Song of the Night. Stained. It's been a while, and I'll see you next Thursday. Peace.